Hey, I'm Theme Park Unplugged, where today I'm counting down the top 10 most scariest Thought Park Fright Night mazes there have ever been at the resort. But when I was making this list, I came to the conclusion that I have never been to every Fright Night there's ever been at the resort. Some of the list is partly my opinion, but there are also other people's opinions is in there as well. And another quick disclaimer, most of the footage in this video does not belong to me. If I've used anyone's footage that isn't mine, I will put all their links in the description below. So let's get down to the top 10. Starting off at number 10, we have The Passing. The Passing was around during the 2012 event, and it was located in X's old extension queue line. The Passing was a different type of maze because guests had to pay an upcharge of £3 just to experience this maze. I'm very happy we haven't seen an upcharge at Thought Park Fright Night since, but sadly we did have to pay for the mazes back in 2020 for the COVID pandemic. But the good thing about this maze, it was the first hooded maze Thought Park ever had. But we did see the hooded maze to come back in 2018 for Vulcan Peak. So yeah, the story of the maze was you dying and passing through to the afterlife. There was actually a part of the maze where you took your hood off and received a death certificate notifying that you had died. I didn't get to experience the passing, so I haven't actually done it for myself, but from what people have said, it was a very scary maze. Coming in at number 9, we have The Walking Dead Do or Die. Do or Die was around during the 2018 and 2019 event, and it was located behind Rush. Do or Die was similar to Living Nightmare, but it was mostly around Terminus. Terminus was a place back in The Walking Dead Season 5. It also had some iconic scenes in there as well, but it was mainly about cannibals. The finale was you getting chased out of the warehouse using a chainsaw. It was a very scary maze. I never got to experience it, but other people did, and they said it was very, very scary. Coming in at number 8, we have The Walking Dead Living Nightmare. Living Nightmare was located where Black Mirror Labyrinth is for 2021. This maze was brought to the park in 2017 but left in 2019. It allowed guests to experience some of the most iconic scenes from The Walking Dead show. The theming and the scenery of this maze was fantastic. But you weren't just alone with walkers. You also met the biggest antagonist, Negan, and his army of the Saviors. The pre-show dropped guests into the hands of Negan and replayed one of the most iconic scenes from The Walking Dead show. Overall, the maze was brilliant. The storyline also was fantastic. So overall, it was a very scary maze. Coming in at number 7, we have Roots of Evil. Roots of Evil was a brand new maze for 2020's Fright Night, and it was located where Blair Witch was for 2019. The theme of the maze was you're a scientist and going into the forest to see what happened to the people who were lost. The maze was good because actors wore goody suits and were hiding in the bushes, so you didn't know where they were. And the finale was very similar to Blair Witch, where you walk through a very smoky shed, also known as the Blair Witch Shed, where actors were on the walls covered in ivy. Overall, it was a great maze, and I would love to see it come back to the park in the next few years. Coming in at number 6, we have Studio 13. Studio 13 was only at the park for 1 year in 2014, and it was located where Roots of Evil was for 2020 Fright Night. This maze also brought a very famous character to the resort, the director. The purpose of the director was he was making his movie, The Motel. The finale of the maze was you getting chased out by a chainsaw. The director returned to Fright Night in 2020. But overall, it was a very great maze. Coming at number 5, we have Platform 15. Platform 15 is located in Old Town, right next to the Creek Fruit Massacre sawmill. It first appeared at the park back in 2016, and it is still operating to this day. The story of Platform 15 is about a train called the Sleeper Express, and after leaving the station it derailed and went down a track and came to a halt. The driver jumped out and said, "Don't worry, I'll come back," and went to get help. 4 men jumped out and tried fixing the engine. All of a sudden the engine explodes and leaks 4 gallons of oil everywhere. You meet the passengers of the train, and the finale is walking down a very long dark corridor, arms on each other's shoulders. But in 2020 it had a re-theme. If you didn't experience the maze back in 2019 Platform 15 is basically part 1, and 2020's Platform 15 is the newer version. In 2020 you meet the conductor, and the finale is getting chased out of the maze by the conductor himself. I really hope it does come back for the 20 years of Fright Night for 2021, because it's one of my favourite mazes Thorpe Park have ever had. Coming in at number 4, we have the Saw Alive maze. Saw Alive was a maze located near Colossus. In 2009, Thorpe Park brought the ride to the park, but in 2010, Thorpe Park opened the Saw Alive maze.
For 2010, Saw Alive, the world's most extreme live-action horror maze. And
this maze allowed guests to experience some great scenes from the Saw franchise. Sadly, in 2012, it shut and became a Fright Night only maze. It was a very scary maze as you went around each movie and looking at iconic scenes and some famous traps as well. The maze sadly closed because it is sinking due to it being an old boat called the Thorpe Bell. You met Jigsaw and also his henchmen of pigs, which were very scary. The actors were brilliant, and also the theming as well. I'm a big Saw fan, so seeing Saw Alive was really cool. I'm sad it's gone, but I hope they can sort something out in the future. Now we have reached the legendary top 3 most scariest mazes at Thorpe Park Fright Night. So, coming in at number 3, we have the legendary Big Top. The Big Top was located in 2 places, behind Rush as well as Amity Beach. The story of the Big Top was about these 2 brothers called the Figaro Bros, as they invited people to come experience their carnival. Sadly, in 2015 it didn't have the best opening years, but from 2016 to 2018 it was one of the most popular mazes ever at the park. The finale was you getting chased out by a clown wielding chainsaw. The theme of the maze was brilliant, and I also loved the clown head when you walk into the pre-show of the maze. Overall, it was an amazing maze. I love everything about the maze, and I did mention it in my 20 years of fear speculations. If you haven't watched that video, please, I'll leave it down in the description. But now we're going to head over to number 2. Coming in at number 2, we have the Asylum. This maze ran from 2005 to 2010. This is the same location where the I'm a Celebrity building was.
The story of the maze was pretty difficult to follow, but when you entered the maze, it was basically constant scares. And you also met the patients that lived in the asylum. Another reason why the maze was really scary, all the time you were in there, you heard this haunting alarm, and the strobe lighting was turned up to the max as well. The finale, like always, you got chased down a very long corridor by a chainsaw wielding patient. Overall, it was a really scary maze, and also a very popular maze as well, and I also think people would like to see it to return in the next few years. And coming in at number 1, narrowly beating Asylum, the scariest maze, in my opinion, at Thorpe Park Fright Night's history, is Creek Freak Massacre. Creek Freak Massacre is located in the old town of the park, and it opened in 2019. This maze was very intense. The story of this maze is about a family-run sawmill run by buckwheats. This maze was known for its intensity due to cruel tunnels and narrow walls. The finale was a strobe maze and you getting chased out by a chainsaw. I loved watching people running out in fear. It was brilliant. I definitely believe it's going to come back after lockdown. The actors were amazing and it's an original idea. So big up to Thorpe Park for that. And it is a very, very popular maze. Well, there we have it. That is my top 10 most scariest Thorpe Park Fright Night mazes that have ever been at the resort. If you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to join the channel. That'd be really, really appreciated. And leave a comment on what do you think was your favourite maze ever at Thorpe Park Fright Nights. I've been Theme Park Unplugged and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.